Okay, so we kind of left off in a weird spot, and I kind of realized I did something wrong. So first of all, if you make this new canvas have a transparent background, this isn't going to work. So we just have to do a Command A to select the whole canvas, and then an edit fill. And you can just put white in there. It doesn't really matter what color you put in. And then do a Command D to deselect. And then now let's try double clicking. Make sure the lock isn't on. Double click to get the layer styles to pull up. Check on pattern overlay. It'll default, and also click on it so it's highlighted. And here we can actually define what pattern we want to use. And then we can actually adjust the scale here. So I think at 100%, obviously it's going to be basically how I made it. But if we just like keep on sizing it down, I think I'm just going to make it at like maybe 63%. Push OK. And then, so now I have my poly background 2 started PSD file. This is the original. It's a lot bigger because at this one I'm using it at 62% or whatever it was. So let's do a file, save as PSD. So that's going to go into my downloads folder. You can also do a file, export as JPEG. You can put this in inches, 8.5 by 11, and then let's just make the quality 100%. JPEG, save that. That'll also go into our download. Okay, so I've opened up my low poly portrait of my dog, assuming this is, let's just pretend this is done. And then it also has that transparent background, so that's the PSD file. So make sure you open that up. You do a file open and open that file. And then our poly background, let's do a file open. Actually, let's see here. File. Open and place. Let's try this. So our poly background JPEG, let's try and place that in here. So that worked. It went over the top of ours, so we just need to adjust the layers and bring it below. I might actually size her. Oops, sorry, I'm using the Command T, and that just opens up a new tab. So do an edit, transform scale, and we can kind of make, oops, Command Z. Make sure you're on your right layer. Let's do an edit, free transform on this. Hopefully this works. Push shift down so it doesn't distort. And I might just size her up so that she's... I have a chunk of something up there, but just try and get the composition looking decent, I guess. Obviously this little hole right here is not looking super great, but hopefully yours looks a little different. Maybe yours will be a little bit more contained than mine is. But anyway, get the background in there underneath that repeating pattern background that you made underneath your low poly portrait. And then just do a file, save as PSD. So I want the PSD file with, oops, it's opening in Photoshop. But anyway, I want the PSD file with your portrait in one layer and the background pattern that is repeatable in the background of that. And yep, the PSD file for that is all I'm wanting for a grade. And your poly background PSD file, I don't really think I need that, but I might ask for also the JPEG of your background. So this file as well. And then that'll be kind of the end of this little project that we kicked off the semester with. So hopefully it kind of opens up your mind to creating repeating patterns, and also just the low poly technique for creating kind of an interesting illustration. And it's all done with something that is totally free. So we'll see you in class, and hope you enjoyed the project.